$1 million in drones versus hundreds of millions in jets and air defenses. That's the math that turned four safe Russian air bases into billion-dollar liabilities. Today you'll see how a layered ambush, 340 FPV scalpels, 28 long-range hammers, a 12-man sabotage team, and a cyber virus forced a 300-kilometer retreat and slash sorties. Stay to learn the sequence that beat radar, split attention, and cut command lines in the same minute. If you think centralized air power is untouchable, this changes your playbook. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. Costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. $1 million in FPVs forced jets worth hundreds of millions to scatter. How does plastic beat titanium? By turning cost into a weapon. Think of a four-domain stack that runs like an engine.
All right, in other news, Russia has conducted fresh strikes on Ukraine's Zaporizhia region. Ukraine says Russian forces carried out 567 attacks over the last 24 hours.
At least 7 people were injured in a missile strike, while 2 others were hospitalized, and 23 private homes, 12 apartment buildings, and a post office suffered damage. Ukraine and Russia are exchanging fire on multiple fronts. Bridges are being destroyed, cities are burning, and oil depots are under attack.
Up front are FPV scalpels, tuned for cockpit glass, fuel caps, soft-skin trucks. Behind them, long-range hammers that double as decoys and strikers. On the ground, a small sabotage unit that kills power and cuts fiber. In the ether, a cyber cell that fogs the net and slows every message. Those deep bases, Morisovsk, Yeisk, Engels, Kursk, were built to ride out missiles and fast jets. They were not priced to handle hundreds of low, slow, small intruders skimming in under radar while every defender stared at the wrong sky. The stack made that gap deliberate. Here's the ladder. Long-range drones pop first on wide-area radar. Controllers push interceptors high. Sensors slew up and lock. Meanwhile, the FPVs run the earth. They hug tree lines, buildings, hangar rows. They live in line-of-sight dead zones the tall masts can't see through, flashing on a scope for a heartbeat, then gone. High-end SAMs hate that profile. Legacy arrays struggle with tiny radar cross-sections at low elevation. Minimum engagement envelopes open a moat right over the base. Fire control channels saturate when a dozen tracks bloom at once. And every premium interceptor you shoot at a $500 airframe burns budget, time, and a reload slot you won't get back. The ghosts move. Power out. Fiber severed. Generators don't spin at once. Nodes lose their timing. The local net slides to voice, then slips to silence. Cyber pressure stacks on top. Links choke. Jamming scrambles packets. The distributed picture tears at the seams, and shooters sit with half-tracks, no priorities, and a horizon full of noise. Then the crunch minute. Decoys still loiter. FPVs rake cockpits, bite into fuel points, shred service bays. Hammers hit ammo stacks and radar heads. Do you save the jets, or do you stop the fires? That's the 700 to 1. Timing plus mass. More aim points than the defense can service, forcing waste shots and breaking the low-altitude kill chain, turning centralized bases into liabilities.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said before he'll consider peace talks, Russia must meet one condition.
Stop shelling us, stop killing civilians.
It wants to continue to brutalize the Ukrainian people, wants to continue to shell their cities and towns.
In the last 12 months, Russia has killed tens of thousands of Ukrainian men, women, and children.
Uprooted more than 13 million people from their homes, bombed more than 700 hospitals, and yet the spirit of the Ukrainians remains unbroken. If anything, it's stronger than ever.
Now that you've seen the cost engine, let's break down why multi-million-dollar air defenses went silent against $300 boards and foam. If the radars saw the first wave, why did the second wave land hits within a minute? Because split attention is a weapon. Defenders are drilled to service the loudest track first. The attackers staged the quiet track second. You look up. They come in low. By the time you switch, the window is gone. Doctrine promises backup on backup, generators, alternate comms, overlapping sectors. But then timing stacks. Power goes. Fiber is dead. Cyber noise fills the gaps. Redundancy turns into a row of dominoes. You can watch it fall and still not stop it. High-altitude decoys lock sensors upward. Tracking software commits, operators commit, missiles commit. Meanwhile, FPVs ride treetop height, crawling along hangar shadows and hedges. Low radar cross-section. Short dwell on the scope. A blip, then clutter swallows it. The radar is not blind. It is busy. This is where the quiet hits hurt. Cockpit hunters crack canopies or fry avionics with a tight pop. Another pair bites fuel trucks. A third flight goes for the POL farm and the maintenance line, the support web that turns airframes into combat power. The airframe can be intact and still be out of the fight. Fixed bases pack risk into neat lines, long taxiways, parked jets, central ammo, central fuel. Dispersed basing spreads that risk, but it drives up logistics, manpower, and tempo costs. Peacetime loves centralization. Swarms punish it. Some argue you can harden your way out. Revetments, point defense guns, active protection on every node. The curve is ugly. Each revetment needs power, crews, sensors, ammo. Each truck needs a guardian. Each radar head wants its own cage. You end up defending the parking lot more than the planes. The effect shows in distance. Push fleets a few hundred kilometers back and every sortie grows longer. More fuel burned. Less time on station. Fewer cycles per day. It adds up every hour. What made billion-dollar defenses helpless? The kill chain cut the nerves first, then flooded the body with pain. No single premium system could be everywhere at once. You've seen how the split attention trap closed. The next move rewrites doctrine far beyond this war. Centralized air power runs lean until a synchronized swarm arrives. Then every runway, tanker, and parked jet turns into a price tag with a timer on it. So what would you buy next? Another premium interceptor battery? Or layered counter-swarm tools and true dispersion? Comment your choice below. If you want the tactical mindset that wins these fights, subscribe. Here's the rule that matters. The side that bends cost curves wins. The side that ignores them pays twice. You can buy speed, stealth, or armor, but if the math fails, the mission fails. The next upgrade isn't shiny. It's cheaper, wider, faster to field.